Hi there, everyone. Welcome to my series called Game Reviews, where I talk about games that I have played in a particular year. This one was actually a replay because I played this one originally on the Xbox 360 and I loved it. And then I played the definitive edition on PlayStation 4, and that is Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is a reboot of a heavily rebooted series of games called Tomb Raider. It is about a girl named Lara Croft who is a adventurer, explorer, sort of in the way of Indiana Jones. Now, this is very much an origin story for her because she ends up being on a boat with her friend and several other people who are trying to find the lost city of Yamatai. Now, the one problem that I have with this particular series is that it very much borrows heavily from another game series called Uncharted, where you have this particular thing, this MacGuffin that they're looking for. You find out the MacGuffin is not really a thing you want, and it ends up being a bad thing that you end up having to fight. And ultimately, they're very similar, but I will say the one thing I like over Uncharted with Tomb Raider is that the gunplay is not as heavy-handed with the mechanics as Uncharted is. But I will say that the one critique that I have heard from the other games is that it very much feels like Lara has no agency. She's always, I've got to do this, or I have to do this. And I will say I agree with that on some level, but it does feel like she's doing it because people are telling her to, but there are multiple moments when Lara does something that she's told, no, you do not have to do this, or you cannot do this, and she does it anyway. It's very much the Lara no, and she says Lara yes. So there are a couple of moments, but for the most part, it is very much someone tells Lara she has to do something, she laments, and then she goes and does it. But it is a very interesting game. If you are interested in games with more narrative and more adventuring, I highly recommend it. I do have the sequel, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then the third game, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, that I still have to play. Unfortunately, I've already played through a little bit of Rise 3 times now, but I've lost my files. So now I gotta do it again. And I'm not happy about it because one of the first things you encounter is a fucking bear. And the bear is not fun when the only thing you have to fight against it is a bow and arrow. Not fun. So we'll have to see when I actually get around to that one. So thank you all for watching, and I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!